Well, amidst all the chaos, the better side of South Africa is showing up. High-profile and ordinary individuals have come out in numbers to aid those clean-up operations at shopping malls and other sites. Taxi Council, SANTACO, Airlink, Shoprite and Herbert Smith Freehills are saying that they've joined forces to provide vital relief and at least 2,000 food packages in Pietermaritzburg after the looting and civil unrest devastated that city. And Xubera Institute, involved in educational research, says it's facilitated a group of like-minded individuals to come together to seek solutions. So let's discuss that now. We're joined by the coordinator of the Xubera KZN Solutions, Thabani Zulu. Mr. Zulu, thank you. Who is joining this initiative? What's it all about?
Good evening, Francis, and good evening to the viewers. Xubera Institute has decided to pull together multi-skilled individuals that are going to help alleviate the problems that we're facing in KZN currently. I'm talking about doctors and medical practitioners, supply chain managers, accountants like myself, people that are in logistics, and the youth. And we've said, no, it's about time that we rebuild our province. Francis, we've broken ourselves up into a number of streams. And those streams are focusing in specific categories that need assistance in our province. One is community mobilization. We need to see our province being clean as soon as possible. We have the youth that have come in full force to support us in that, in the cleanup operations. They've already started in the Pinetown area. And we are also looking at seasoned, stable, and extremely committed individuals that are trying to quell the racial tensions that are already playing themselves out in the province. So that's the one area. We've looked at the security area of our province because we can never have business thriving in the province when it's still very insecure. We've struck partnerships already with the Taxi Association, with the Black Business Federation, but we want to strike a partnership with the communities themselves because they are going to have to take charge of the security of their province from now on.
Okay, that's interesting that you say that. If I can just stop you there, Mr. Zulu.
Security or food insecurity.
I was asking about security because your solution as well starts with curbing the looting, which sounds like a great goal, but it seems like we had to have police on the ground, more boots on the ground, and the army moving in. So yours is a goodwill initiative. Will you try and provide government with some advice or rather work in these communities to come up with solutions?
You broke up a little bit there, Francis, you were saying?
Will you be trying to advise government or will you rather be working grassroots in the communities? And how do you secure communities without the involvement of the police and the army?
We want to supplement government and we want to supplement the police and the army. But look, Francis, the police or the army especially is not going to be a sustainable solution to our provincial problems. The communities have to take charge. So we want to educate our communities. We want to say to our communities, it will not help to destroy the province in the way that it has been destroyed and have a sustainable, vibrant province into the future. So we want them to be involved. We want the taxi associations to take charge because those are the people that live in the province on a day-to-day basis. So if they don't take ownership of the security of their spaces, it's not going to work going into the future. So our initiative is to say, let's partner with those people rather than just throw our hands in the air and say, let the army assist us. But I accept in the short term, you might have the intervention of the army and the police in order to have the stability in the province that you want to see, but it won't be sustainable in the future.
How can an initiative like yours deal with the excesses? Because where communities have come together, sometimes it's been lauded, but sometimes you've seen communities setting up blocks, not letting people move freely in their own communities. Sometimes it's had racial undertones, and it seems like black people specifically have not been allowed in and out of certain communities. What do you do in that situation?
There's two. There's one initiative that I want to get to as soon as I can, Francis, and that's the one of food security. You see, part of the reason why people are moving into the so-called white suburb is because the black communities have been gutted through this violence. and there is no food security in the black communities, and they're trying to find it outside of the community. So we've already arranged that food must come into the communities rather than the communities going out. We're already seeing the class disparities playing out in the townships, where those that have got vehicles and petrol are able to go into the suburbs to access food, and those that don't have those are actually stuck in the community. So we want to have food accessed by the communities at the level of the community. I'm talking about staple products like maize, like rice, like beans, like meat, that we've already arranged to be in the communities so that they don't have to move out. But we also have a wing in our intervention that looks into the racial tensions, as I've mentioned, and say, how can we quell those through education, through community engagements, both white or all white, Indian and black communities, so that we can understand that we have to coexist in order to have a thriving nation as a province, and try and fight those racial dynamics around those areas.
All right, well, we wish you well with this initiative. Thank you very much. That was the coordinator of the Xubera KZN Solutions, Thabani Zulu.